Good morning. Happy Wednesday. The lighting is so weird in here. Well, welcome. I am Linda Cullen from Crafty Stampin' and welcome to Coffee and Crafts. I'm all by myself today. My buddy Gianna, she is on vacation. So I'm going to do my best to read your comments while I'm making projects and stuff. But welcome everybody. I see we got a lot of people jumping on early this morning. Good morning to Julie and Joy and Yvonne and Janet, Kathy, Sandy, Debbie, wow, Wanda. Well, I think I got two Wandas. Welcome. Thank you. So I think I got simple. Well, I say simple project. I always start out with the idea that I'm going to make a simple project. And we'll see, we may adjust this as we go along. I had some other ideas after I finished it. But so here today, we're going to play with the Magical Mermaid. Seen some absolutely adorable things with this project card stamp set. So I thought I'd make something that's kind of simple so you're not trying to color in the entire mermaid. More of a watercolor wash. So that is what we're going to play with today. So let's just do a quick run through of what we got going on with Stampin' Up, and then we'll get going. So good morning to everybody. So we're going to start off here now. So today is the 9th of the month. So the 10th of the month is always the cutoff for Paper Pumpkin. And so this month, Stampin' Up, if you follow Paper Pumpkin on Facebook, they've been putting out some inspiration ideas and they've been adding to it. So this is the inspiration for the August Paper Pumpkin. We got some hibiscus, some palm leaves that looks like maybe coral, Calypso Coral, and Peekaboo Peach, and we got some really pretty beachy sunset theme, so I'm kind of really looking forward to that. So if you need to sign up, you go to craftystampin.com, click Paper Pumpkin, and it'll take you right to my site to sign up. You can sign up two ways. You can either sign up on a monthly subscription or a prepay, and you can buy 1, 3, 6, or 12 months in advance. Lots of fun there. Also coming up, big deal, is the holiday catalog. I have my first list submitted into Stampin' Up, so you have catalogs mailed out. If you need a catalog, let me know, and I will make sure I get one sent out to you. And also, right now we have the Carols of Christmas, which is a stamp set, dies, and the bundle of the two for 10% off of this product that's coming up in the holiday catalog. I'm playing with it more now. I just didn't have time last month, and I'm loving it. It is very versatile. So good morning, everybody else is coming on. So that is all that we got going on with Stampin' Up at the moment. So, let me move these in things. So thank you for everybody. So our giveaways for today. So if you leave a comment today on the live feed, at the end of this feed, we're going to be giving away some clear faceted gems. And then our watch later is going to be for, I pulled out an old Halloween set. This is Wicked Cool. And I'm not going to pick this until September 6th. So I'm here. I think I'm going to do the show next week. But just in case I don't, I didn't want to, put it out there and then not be able to do the giveaway. So we're going to do the giveaway when I come back from vacation and after school starts. So we're going to kind of build them up. We'll probably have a big show of giveaways. But so on the 6th, we're going to give this away. So to be eligible for the Wicked Cool, anyone who leaves a comment during the live, during one of the replays on YouTube, and then if you share the video and state shared with a D, I will put in a second entry for you. So those are our giveaways for today. So thank you. So why don't we pick our winner? So our watch later from the 2nd, I'm starting to get really confused on what days what now, whipping through August. So from August 2nd's watch later, we have the Tranquil Tulips. So let's pick, I just picked this morning. I ran the reports from this morning. So if you had till this morning to get in. So here we're using random.org, and you can see everybody's in here who left a comment on Facebook or YouTube for the rebroadcast from the August 2nd show. And if you shared, you have a second entry. And I will tell you, this was the card we did that said happy birthday, that was the rustic with the wood and the pink. you guys loved it and everyone else is loving it because I've got more entries and I got more comments and views on that video. So I thank you all for sharing. It's been very exciting. So I'm going to hit randomize. Whoever's name ends up at the very top of the list is going to be our winner. So let's just, without further ado, let's see who our winner is. Karen, oh God, Paramarnini. I'm terrible with names. Karen, I've seen you on here. I don't even know if you're on here today. I've seen you on here quite a bit. So Karen, please, if you head up to my website, so you head over to craftystampin.com, go up to specials, down to giveaways. There's a little form you can fill out, and I will throw these in the mail. If you won last Thursday or last Friday, I think it was Sandy and Janet. I'm way behind. I'm very sorry. Those will go out in the mail today. So that is that. So let's see. Do we have any questions? Now there's Karen. Here you go. Just pull out an old one's tulip. So now you're going to have a new tulip, Janet. Or Karen. Oh. It's been a long week up this far. I've had get kids off to camp. And of course, you just think, I'm going to pack them up and send them to camp. No, I've got to go pick up 4 things that they still need in their bag and pack it for the 4th or 5th time. So I don't see too many questions. So we'll just move right on to our project. So let's climb over here. So again, if you missed it earlier, this is what we're making with the Magical Mermaid set. And after the broadcast, about an hour later, I'm going to put up on my blog, I'll have a replay of this video, PDF that has all the cut sizes and everything you need to recreate this project, so that you don't have to take too many notes right now, hopefully. So we're going to start with, I used for the base, I am using thick Whisper White. So we're just going to score that at 5.5. And this is 11 by 4 1/4. So we got there, put the scoreboard, my scoreboard back, and dig out my bone folder, and there we go. All right, so we'll set that aside. Fish from Jar of Love. Yes, the fish is from Jar of Love. I debated on whether to use him because he's a goldfish, and I wasn't sure how much a goldfish and a mermaid go together, but he looked good, you know, and mermaids, they really don't, you know, exist. So I figured a goldfish can exist with a mermaid. It just can. How to get the white lines on my scoreboard. So here's my scoreboard. And a long time ago, way back in Stampin' Up's term, they used to have these silver and gold markers. So I just took them on the 1 inch and ran them down on the 1 inch so that when I do have paper in here and I'm lining them up and I wanted to line it up on the inch, I kind of had the visual reference down here. There's no reason why you couldn't use a Sharpie to get the same effect. It just makes it so much easier for me. So I think a good Sharpie, you could probably get them in silver, would really make that work better for you. Yeah, fine tip silver Sharpie would work perfectly. So we're going to emboss the mermaid on here and dig her out of here. Find all my stuff here. And so, again, remember, use your embossing buddy. Let me zoom you in so you can kind of see a little easier what I'm doing. We'll move her out of the way. So I'm going to put my embossing buddy so that I don't get static cling and lots of gold embossing powder where I do not want gold embossing powder. Make a mess. Okay. So prep my embossing powder. Move that over there. And we're going to ink up the mermaid in Versamark. Versamark, if you don't know, is a slow-drying watermarking ink. So it's good for this because it doesn't dry immediately. Our classic inks dry really quickly, and you don't have too much time to get the powder onto your card, like you will here. So now I'm going to get my little spoon, pull this over here, and get a little more. There we go. And I made a little mistake, and you'll see how we fix that pretty quick. Let's see. I gotta put my powder away or I'll send it flying all over the craft room. And I know that from experience. So we don't want to do that. So I like to keep just little small paintbrushes available. It makes it a little easier to kind of clean up a little bit of any of the powder that may decide to be naughty and get where I don't want it. So I'm going to heat up my heat tool below. Someone said you don't really hear the heat tool. It doesn't bother the audio. So that would be good. I would put it there. Hello. Hi, Maine. Peggy. My son's actually camping in northern Maine this week. Who else we got? Hi, Barbara. Beth. Barbara. Denise. All right, here we go. So let's heat her up. And I usually just start at one corner and just kind of, when it starts to get shiny, just move it along. I'll tell you, heat embossing and dry embossing were the two things that got me into paper crafting. I just thought they were amazing what you could do with these techniques. Let's see. And I always kind of check it in the light, make sure it's all shiny. You'll always get that one spot that just wouldn't work for you. So actually, while we're here and while we're here, let's put the embossing for the fish too while we're at it. So I'm just gonna stick him down here. And this is the goldfish from Jars of Love. I just thought he was pretty. And the other fish we have are seashore. They're kind of big. They weren't working for me for this project, and I liked him. I think he's kind of flowy like the mermaid's tail is. There we go. So we'll heat him up too, so we get all our heat embossing out of the way at once. Okay, one more. Here, Camden, Belfast. Okay, so Camden and Belfast. So I've been up to Camden. It's a very pretty part of Maine. My son is on the West Penobscot River, so he's like 6 hours from home, near Boston. Yeah. I think he's supposed to have good weather in Maine this week. Lobster pound in Louisville. Okay, did I get this? There's something greasy all over here. Hold on. Love when you... Yeah. Always haven't had a baby in the house in a long time, but you always keep baby wipes. They help you clean up everything. All right, let's see. All right, so now I'm just going to set my fish aside and come back and work on there we go. And we are going to take an aqua painter. All right, so I'm working with Tranquil Tide and my aqua painter. And again, we're going to squeeze the lid to get the ink on the top. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. I will tell you, this was not a set on my first list, on my wish list. And then I started seeing some of the amazing projects people were coming up with, and it quickly moved up to the top of my list. So I'm going to get this really kind of wet and juicy, and we're just going to do what we call like a watercolor wash. And I'm just trying to get the idea that she's underwater. Nothing fancy here. Just picking up some more ink with more water and blending it together. I'm just going to try and not too many hard edges on the sides. Just, yeah, that's good. There we go. That's it. Super simple. And clean off my aqua painter. And so now I'm going to set her aside. I want to let her dry because we're going to stamp on top of her. So we'll set her aside, and we're going to play with some other things. So this is, so here's Tranquil Tide, and this is from the Daisy Delight embossing powder and embossing buddy. This is from the Delightful Daisy set, and it's the Tranquil Tide. It's kind of got the watercolor feel, so I just thought it looked really good for the underwater look and effect. I'll move that aside. So I'm going to start with the new Ticket Tear border, and yeah, so I use shimmer white paper to do the watercolor wash on. You could definitely do that on watercolor paper. I tend to reach for the shimmery white because it's whiter than the watercolor paper. It can't take too much water. It's not as built for watercoloring as the watercolor paper. So if you're going to do a very wet, heavy, moving colors around, you're going to want to do the watercolor paper. You know, I would not have guessed about doing Tranquil Tide for underwater. Don't know why. It just didn't. I was thinking more Bermuda Bay, more blue colors. And then, but I was trying to find a DSP to work in this, and this happened to, I liked it. It was in Tranquil Tide, and now I'm thrilled with it. I think it makes an awesome underwater color. All right, so there is my Ticket Tear border, and so I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to play with some ribbons. This is, oh, I don't even know. How would I stamp on the watercolor paper? You can get it juicy. If it's a juicy, it should stamp on it, no problem. Maybe we'll have to do that on another episode. So I'm going to get, oh, over here. So I want to attach, oh, that was what I was going to do. This is, for naming purposes, metallic edge ribbon in gold. And so what I want to see is just one gold, edge of gold here. So I'm just going to use my fast fuse and line this up like that. So there's how that works. And we're going to add a little more fast fuse to this side. Oops, let go, fast fuse. Did anybody try the fast fuse trick I told you from, I think it was last week? If they've had any better luck with their fast fuse. All right, so set that aside. So here's my card front, and I'm going to attach this to the side with Snail that has disappeared. Oh, there it is, hiding. So, and this is longer than it needs to be, and that's fine. There we go. All right, and so we're going to add this, oops, like that. There we go. So now I'm just going to trim this off. It's usually easier to trim something to the exact length that way. And now, all right, so this is going to go here when I get it ready. All right, so I'm going to hold, I'm not going to attach this just yet because I'm more worried about where this image is going to line up. So I'm going to put that aside. So I'm going to hit her, because this is not fully dry. I'm going to hit her a little bit with the heat gun, help her along. And then I'm going to hit the other side to help flatten it back out, because as it curls, if you dry both sides, it'll help flatten it back out from all the water. There we go. I'm going to fill back up. Come on. If she curls too much, you can take another piece of thick Whisper White, the same size, and glue her down. And I did that for my first one. So we'll see if she stays flat or if I have a little problem with her. But you can always fix it. So we're going to take the Tranquil Tide, and from the stamp set, I'm going to be using the Seaweed And we're using the Have a Magical Birthday greeting. So I want to take this. I'm going to grab a piece of scrap so I can find one that's not so messy. And we're going to slide her under there. And I'm going to stamp off so it's a little lighter in color. Oh, watch out. And here we go. And I'm just going to kind of vary the height that I'm using on the stamp so that it looks like the seaweed's all different heights. But now I'm going to have my greeting right here in this area. So I'm not going to mind that the bottom's going to look funny. Let me put that one there so it sticks up a little bit higher. And of course, there we go. Oh, I need my green back. Okay, so let's set her aside for a second and bring back my fish. I can get rid of this. There we go. So now I'm going to stamp my greeting. Make sure it's the right way up. I don't put the stickers on my clear blocks. I find they stick better. I know it bothers some of my Stamp Club girls because they can't figure out which way to turn it, but I would say stamp it off on your scrap grid paper first and practice. So there we go. Have a Magical Birthday. Done. And I'm going to cut that out with a 2-inch circle. We pray we've sized it appropriately. Yeah. Happy Magical Birthday. Pop. All right. Now, all right, let's attach her first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some dimensionals. And I'm going to attach the dimensionals right here on my little border. And put 3 of them along the length of it because I want to make sure I really position her where I want her against this fancy edge. And then we'll attach all of it down to the card base. Let go. All right. So I'm going to line her up so I can just see a bit. There we go. A bit of the ribbon and the fancy edge. Now, when I attach this here, it's where I want it. So I'm leaving less things up to chance. And so now I'm not going to put the dimensionals on the Tranquil Tide strip because they already have it. So I'm going to put a little bit of snail there and I'm going to put the dimensionals here. I'm going to take this whole strip, take that off. I'm going to put this here. Add you in the middle. Learned that too late and put stickers on mine. Yeah, the Eileen's Tack It Over and Over Again I've used to, when I took all my stamps off the wood blocks, I pulled the sticker off the back side of the wood blocks, stuck it on the the foam, and then used the Eileen's Tack It Over and Over Again to hold them to to make them stick onto the clear blocks. And it doesn't work that bad. I like Eileen's. So, all right. I have a lot on here because it's curling. I wanted to have multiple places to hold on. So it doesn't look like it's curling when it's on the card. All right. Okay. Let's see. So all these, so if you came in a little late, in this rebroadcast, or in the broadcast up above in Facebook, there'll be a link in a little while to the blog post about this card. And I will have a free PDF that lists all the products that I've used. And it'll have everything available. Everything here is available in my website to purchase. My husband's sticking his head in. He's working from home today. He's like, what are you doing? Oh. Maybe I should have him guest stamp someday. That would be funny. All right, so now she's attached. Oh, there we go. She's attached to the card. So now, I didn't want to just attach that here. I thought it would be a little plain. So this is our copper ribbon that sold out real quick. It's made of a lot of thin strands of copper, but if you take it and you stretch it, like with grab nails and pull it apart, it kind of starts to look like netting, like a metal mesh net. And so I just kind of sat here and started pulling. And so it kind of looks like a fisherman's net. I'll tell him you said hi, Robin. He quickly disappeared. I think he turned the air conditioning on. He wanted to make sure all my windows were shut. It's get toasty here. Hasn't been, I don't know about you guys, just hasn't been a real hot August here in New England, or at least Massachusetts. Been very rainy and blah. All right, so here we go. All right, so see how it kind of, I put it down maybe you can see, it kind of looks like a, net. So I think the last one I did below, I think I'm going to attach this one here. So I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to attach just some snail there. And I'm just going to, there we go. That's how I attach things. I just put the tape, line it up where I want it. Now I'm going to add dimensionals. Let me grab another sheet of dimensionals. Here we go. So, bum, bum, bum. And be careful. Oh, all right, here's the hint. Don't put the dimensional on the ribbon. Doesn't seem to stick real well. There we go. Okay, got it. All right. So now, let's put that right there. All right. So now, the last things we want to do is I'm going to use some glitter enamel dots and so these are not anything like the colors I want. We have Old Olive, Berry Burst, Crushed Curry, and Dapper Denim. But they are gradient, so they get from very light to very dark. And I thought the very light blue kind of worked with the Tranquil Tide to kind of give it a little bit of a watery sea effect. So, and I always use my poker tools to apply these. So I'm just going to take the medium one. Oops, where'd it go? Not where I wanted it. I'm going to stick one up here. I'm going to stick this one kind of down here. And let's grab this one over here. So I always do things in odd numbers, so kind of threes. So so these were the glitter dots. And now I'm going to take my enamel shapes and I want to take the silver. I tried because I had, embossed in gold. I had started first putting the gold on and then I realized that the silver looks more like water drops. So I'm going to put some silver ones on here. And this here. Let's see, how about one down there? They stuck together. There we go. And maybe one here. So there is our finished card. And I just thought, it's actually very simple. You don't have to color everything. So there's the one I did before and the one I did after. I think I like the netting above versus below, but you can do whichever. So thank you for all the hearts. That's awesome. Thank you. So, love the embellishment. I will tell you, the embellishments always take a card up. So if you did a card and it's not speaking to me, the rhinestones, the pearls, the glitter enamel dots, the faceted gems, a little bit of ribbon. You just kind of never know what it is that's going to take it over the edge, but sometimes it's just those little touches, the little gold strip of ribbon, the copper. Those are the things that can really give that card the extra bit of love and edge. So thank you. So let's do our live drawing. So I'll give people a second. If you are new, so we do a live drawing. So if you leave a comment, so real quick, leave a comment, and it has to be a comment. It's not a heart or a like or a love or anything. Leave it, just say hi, and you will be eligible to win. Today we are giving, or I'm giving away the clear faceted gems that are in the current catalog. I'm also doing a watch later, which is, we're doing Wicked Cool, which is a Halloween set, and I'm gonna give that away on the 6th of September. So leave a comment in this during the live broadcast, during the rebroadcast if it's not live, or on YouTube, and you can be entered to win. And I'm gonna pick that on the 6th. So here we go. So let me pull up. I have to log back in. This website always logs me out. I don't know what the time is, but it's never long enough. All right, so let's bring you over here to the browser, and we are going to pick a winner. And so you can win by commenting, and you get one entry for the live broadcast. So whoever name shows up wins the clear faceted gems. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wanda Bailey. Congratulations, Wanda. And I think you're even on here. So that is it for my coffee and crafts for today. I will be back on Friday at 11 o'clock again. No idea what I'm going to make. It's going to be a surprise to me too. But I thank you all for coming. Please share around and let everybody know what we're doing. And I thank you. And we will see you on Friday. Bye-bye.